Hello everyone, welcome back to Magelord Tale. I have added yet another mod to the Direwolf 20 pack to kind of give it more flavor for the kitchen I'm thinking up. Yeah, I moved my frying pan over there. Anyway, this mod pack on its own didn't really have a huge variety for creative food stuff. It was all very basic, you know, just slime drops, blood drops, basic foods, you know, just simple stuff. Tinker's Construct added jerky, which is nice and kind of creative. But I want to be able to actually prepare food, actual meals. That's the whole point for a kitchen for me. So, I added the agriculture mod. Because that adds a large variety of different food items, and you can apparently burn the food, so it's pretty entertaining to add that slight touch of realism. Oven rack. Nice. Anyway, in order to get this entire thing started... Oh, my inventory is still in creative. I was checking out my test world to see how the items looked placed around, and to kind of get an idea of what some of them do. Salt ore might be difficult for me to find. I have to find an ocean that I have not generated yet, so I'm going to have to go exploring for a while. Fortunately, I haven't done too much exploration. I kind of stuck around this area. So I could go twice the distance in either direction that I have explored, and I might get lucky and find an ocean and get some salt from that. But anyway, these items all require a lot of brick. Fryer, I think, only has a few different food items. Icebox, it's kind of interesting. There's a brewer, so you can make different types of drinks. A processor, which is necessary for some of these recipes. There's a basic countertop, which functions like a storage thing as well. And an oven. So what I'm thinking of doing is all these places where there's a panel, I'm gonna put either a countertop or one of the items necessary for making food. And I'm thinking I'm gonna need one fryer, one icebox, one brewer, one processor, and one oven. So that's 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything can go here for all the food processing stuff. Then over here I can put counters. So let's see, how many bricks am I going to need? 5, 10, 17, 24, 30, plus another 15, so 45 bricks. It's not too difficult in order to handle. I still love this fireplace, by the way. I can't help it, I just love it. It's one of the things that I'm most proud of so far with what I've done. Okay. Actually, I should go to my processing area, and I have clay here. There we go, 45 balls of clay. Let's start cooking them up. And while that is happening, I'm going to need plenty of wood. I will take a stack of 48, submit, and I will need stone as well to make the furnace. Submit. Drop those in here because I don't need them anymore. Okay. So countertops, you need a chest for each one of them, and 3 planks. So 11 planks per. Let's see, we're going to go with 3, so 2, 3. Let's see, the oven requires 1 furnace. The processor, that also requires a furnace, and an iron ingot. Let's see, do I have... it doesn't look like I have any created yet, so let's just get a bunch of iron processing. I'll take these, so I can make the counters. There we go, counters are made. And oven is now made. Need 8 more. And let's see. Do I have glass in here? I have clear glass. I don't think that's going to work though. Yeah, I don't have glass in here either. Here we go. Glass. One more. Come on. I'll take an even amount this time. There we go. Well, that's not an even amount. It's just the amount I need. Okay, so processor. Iron ingot, wood. Don't have the iron. Brewer, iron ingot. Don't have it. Iron ingots, don't have it. Iron ingots, don't have it. I'm waiting on iron ingots now. Cook faster. Originally I was thinking of doing my kitchen with just a few chests set up to look like a cabinet or something like that, but I don't think that would work very well. Let's see, what else could I have done? Another thing I was thinking of was running an electric cable into the tree using a solar panel to power an industrial craft furnace, because that would look most like an oven compared to everything else, and I wouldn't have to run the thermal expansion conduits everywhere. Although you can't hide the industrial craft wire still like you can the thermal expansion conduits. Okay, processor, iron. Yeah, I know I said processor when I moved the furnace. Alright, oops. You go there, you go here, and you go here, and we get our brewer made. Icebox just requires 2 iron. Okay. So we'll do that. The 2 iron. And the glass. There we go. I didn't need nearly as much wood as I thought I would. Alright, let's get this stuff installed then, and I can show you exactly what the GUI for all this stuff looks like. And the crafting table is going to be staying here because, well, that is something that we do need time to time when preparing food. Why did that one take so long to chop? Why is this one taking so long to chop? Why's that one? Why's that one? Why is that one? It started taking long to chop and... whatever. Okay, so we'll put these here. Let's see, the oven I will place here. Icebox will go on the other side, brewer next to that, fryer can go here, and the processor can go here. There we go. So the reason that I have the brewer down on the ground instead of sitting on top of a counter is because you actually need to right-click the top of the brewer to access its inventory. See, if you right-click here, nothing happens. You can't even click the top from here when you're morphed into a bat like I am. Let's switch over to normal mode so I can get a better appreciation for this at normal height. So this can't interact with it unless you click the hatch. Now you can put fuel in here. It takes coal or wood or various other things that burn in like a furnace. You can put water in here, and the thing you're trying to brew goes up here. And then will slowly convert into whatever you're turning it into. The icebox you can open from any side, and it requires snowballs as fuel, and anything that's put in here will become chilled. I don't know what all you put in here to actually do that, but I'm sure there are some items, like ice cream for instance, that I am betting requires chilling. The processor actually has two inventories that you can access. The top slot is where you put all the items you're trying to process. The bottom slot is where you put the fuel to power it. The fryer, again, two inventories. The oven has a countertop and the oven itself. And I love the fact that it's got a little animation for opening up when you click on the front. That's just kind of cool. The counters also have countertop inventories, but they also have storage in the front. And I'm thinking that to add to this entire setup, I think that what I will do is put up some shelves. I'm not sure what kind of shelves yet. Maybe magic wood shelves? Let's look up shelves. Now, we're not going to be using the potion shelves because you can only put potions on those as far as I know. We're only looking at these basic shelves. Acacia wouldn't be too bad of a color to put in. I kind of wish that these had a different texture. I don't have anything installed for texture pack for these things right now. I couldn't find one. So if anyone watches this and they know of an agriculture Spax texture pack, a 64 one, let me know and maybe even post a link in the comments, because I would like to have that added to make this look better. Anyway, moving on. Maybe I should have these three owens out over here instead. It's kind of bothering me having the shelf-looking parts going across and then being interrupted by these odd ones. Yeah, I'm gonna move them. I wonder if I can move them with a hammer. Nope. Pickaxe it is then. Oh wow, they just pop right off. Oh, you don't even need a pick. That's cool. Are they supposed to do that? That doesn't seem right. Oh well, I'll put that here. The brewer here, fryer here, oven can still go here. Processor will go next to that, and the counters we'll put here. There. I think that is much better. It looks more uniform now. for the most part. Anyway, moving on. I need to decide which shelf I'm going to go for. I don't really have very many options available to me directly, but I can change them over time. Magic Shelf might be decent, but it's kind of the floor color, and I don't know if it's going to go very well against the background of this. So maybe I should just go with Willow instead, because it's a much lighter green. I'll make a Willow shelf and check it out. Give me those. And then I'll decide. And don't forget... Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys this. I didn't realize that Thaumic slimes came in so many different sizes. It's a lot. I just wish that the taint swarm could fly like, you know, it can normally. Oh well. Back to bat mode. If the tainted swarm could fly, I'd be flying around all the time as that instead. Let's see. Check my inventory first. Don't have any willow. Do I have any willow in my system? I have 4 willow planks. That's not really that great. Because you need a lot more than that to make a shelf. But I'll take it, and I think I might still have a few willow trees down there that I can chop. So, let's see. Get the chop out. Yeah, two willow trees have grown. Oh, 4 willow trees have grown. 5 willow trees have grown. I'm counting. There we go. I might as well plant these again while I'm here. And fly away. Okay, so the choices are willow, which I am leaning more heavily towards, or the magic wood. Maybe loftwood? Let's see, where would loftwood be? Pine, magic, mangrove. Loftwood is a possibility. It's a very light color. Alright, 2 shelves to get a better idea of what it looks like. I'm thinking that might stand out a little bit too, or might not stand out quite enough from the willow wood itself. It also is quite a strikingly different color than the countertops, which is also taking away from what I think of it. Let's go... Let's see, do I have loftwood? No. I have plenty of loftwood, so we'll give that a shot first. And while I'm here, let's drop off a few things. Oh yeah, I need to I need to check to see if the squids will actually spawn if I put a auto spawner in a watery environment. I think that they will. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, loftwood shelves. Let's switch to human mode. You know, I think I'm liking these loftwood shelves a lot better than the willow shelves. They stand out quite a bit more than the willow shelves do. And they don't blend into the background of the loftwood leaves, but they do go well with them, which you should expect because they are from the same tree after all. The shelves also are not so different in color from the countertops, so it doesn't clash really. The willow shelves are in an odd scenario where they don't clash quite enough to go well. Or don't contrast, that's what I meant. They don't contrast quite enough to go well with the lighter color countertops. So they are out. I will use these shelves somewhere else, most likely. Maybe up with my Thaumcraft stuff. So these shelves, if you haven't seen them before, you can just right-click on them with an item and they'll put everything in that stack into there. Right-click to take it out. Shift right-click does nothing. Unless you have an empty hand, in which case you'll access the shelf inventory itself. Let's see, was there a way to... No. No, I'm trying to get just one item to pop out, but it's not working quite like that. Oh well. It'll do. So this is going to be my kitchen area then. And I'm thinking, let's see, maybe close off the area over here and have a doorway that goes into the kitchen. So the kitchen is kind of a separate room. And, maybe do the same thing here. Like, cut the kitchen off and at this line and set up a table over here to dine in. And this area here is kind of like a hallway. Over here I can set up some furniture to kind of mimic a gathering area. A sitting room, a living room maybe. Let's see. Seats, that's what we're looking for. Now I don't know if these seats will do a connected texture thing at all. Let's see. The seats and stuff I might make out of magic wood because I don't know. I have to make everything to find out, see what color goes best. Or I could just do that in my test world and save myself the trouble, but I'm not in my test world right now. I'm in this world. Well, I'll think about it more later. This area, by the way, I'm going to be sectioning off and making this the bedroom. I'm thinking, oh, I don't know, bed right here maybe? Bed right here, maybe make it a double wide bed. Put some sort of furniture off to the side with lamps on it. Put up a drying rack and hang this wooden pan up on it like it was a shield. Because it looks a lot like a shield, a wooden shield with an iron binding around the side. So I could hang that up there, maybe put another one up on top and put a basic sword. That'd be kind of cool. This, I think I will just fill this in with full loftwood leaf blocks. Oh yeah, I forgot to... I was going to mention, I learned something very important about leaf blocks. Let's see, do I have a shears on me? I do have a shears. And I just need a single leaf block. Let's just grab it from right here. So this, you're able to slice down, which is important, because that's how I get the rooms to be slightly bigger looking than they actually are. But it turns out that if you take the leaves sheared by the harvester, you cannot slice them down with the saw. I tried, and it refused. It did not recognize it as a block that I could cut down. So I was confused for a while, until I tried to shear leaves, and I realized that the leaves I shear do not stack with the leaves that you collect from the harvester, which means that they're different leaves. So I even looked at them, and yes, they are different. They have different ID codes. Well, not quite so much. They have the same ID code, but you know how the ID codes, it gives you a bunch of numbers, and then if there's different variants, it gives you a colon and a 0, 1, something like that. The leaves that are sheared have a 2 after the colon, while the leaves that are collected from the harvester have nothing. They don't have the colon. So, while the harvester is great for getting you vast amounts of leaf blocks, they do not count the same way as leaf blocks you get from shearing leaves yourself. So, kind of annoying, but I guess I understand it. Anyway, now that I have the thing set up, all the kitchen stuff, maybe I should make myself some food. I could go with French fries, but let's see, French fries require I don't think this is accurate. Why is it saying put snow and stuff in the deep fryer? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Let's see, what would be a good thing to use for our first attempts at making some food? Maybe a hamburger? Let's see, slices of bread, hamburger patties, and a ceramic plate. What do you need to get slices of bread? Okay, you just take a loaf of bread and tear it into 4 slices. Those must be pretty big slices if you're tearing an entire loaf of bread into just 4. Let's see. You bake it using dough. Dough is made by mixing water and flour. Flour is made by processing wheat. Okay, so we can do this very easily. Let's get ourselves 6 bits of coal, and I'll even grab 6 bits of wheat. We'll also grab 1 bucket, because I don't think I have a bucket on me. Nope, no buckets. Oh, I had iron in here. I didn't need to process as much iron as I did. Oh well. One thing I'm going to have to do is get get a source of water over in the kitchen. I don't know what I can do for that. Cups of water, let's see, you make them by dumping a bucket of water into a cup. That's a pretty big cup if it's going to take an entire bucket of water. I wonder though, maybe I can just... Let's see, what does it take to make a ceramic cup? You need a clay cup, which is 2 bits of clay. And I'm not going to be flying for the rest of this episode, most likely. I just kind of want to walk around my tree as I would if I was a normal person. Let's see, let's get these started, and while they're going, I need to make a ceramic plate. Let's see, 3 clay balls. I have to go around this way because I don't have a way to pass that. Okay. 6 cups is good enough for me. And while that's going, I want to see, can I just scoop up water with the cup itself? And if I do, does it consume a source block, or does it just fill up like you do a potion bottle? You cannot simply fill the cup with water from a source block. So I guess that means the only way for me to actually have cups of water is by dumping a bucket of water into a cup. That doesn't make any sense to me. I should be able to just fill it with water by right-clicking the water. But I can't. Yeah, I should have guessed that about the bowls. Let's see. Cooking oil. So there is cooking oil. Surely that's what you put into the deep fryer, not... I don't just turns into an ore dictionary. It's very weird. Oh, I'm not gonna keep worrying about it. Yeah, I think that the cups, you should be able to fill them up like you do bottles. Or at the very least, in recipes, use bottles in place of cups, since they look to be about the same size. Alright, let's get those firing up again. So, I guess I will have to have some source of water in my tree. Or at the very least, a way to fill up a bucket without having to take up a lot of space with the source block. With an infinite spring, sorry, my mistake. Okay, let's see, we'll put the plates up here. And the extra cups can go here. Get those saplings out of here. Okay, so processor. Put in the wheat. Add a bit of coal. And strangely it counts down, not up. I guess I'll accept that though. That lasts a long time, it seems. So we got lots of flour. Let's take a cup of water and... Does that really consume the cup itself? What the heck? So basically I need to have a very large amount of clay because my dishes are gonna be mixed into the food as well. What? How does that make any sense? Okay, bread, dough. I could do it with a bucket of water too, but I'm now scared to because it might eat my bucket. Why would it take the cup? I don't understand. Anyway, this needs to be baked now. Let's go here. Yeah, it goes there. And fuel goes here, and I think you have to close the oven for it to actually work. In real life, if you keep the oven open, it's not going to cook the food because all the heat's going to pour out into your house. So I'm going to assume that the same principle applies to this mod. Maybe. It maybe applies to this mod. All the saplings got used up. Okay, it is actually filling up. Let's just wait for the food to get cooked. And I'll just pile that over here. You know, it would be really cool if it actually showed the items laying on top of the counter while you are wandering off, because it does keep the inventory. I burned my bread. Great. First time cooking and I burned the bread. I really hope that I can do better with the hamburger patty. Okay, hamburger patty requires raw hamburger patty, which requires 2 bits of ground beef, which requires processing raw beef. Okay, that's simple enough. For this I will go into bat form because it's the fastest way down. And I still have to say I like the fact that you can burn the food. Hello, Yamanu. And I have a crap ton of eggs. Let's see, how much did it take to make ground beef? Well, I didn't need this much cow, so... Oops, too much cow. Too much cow killed. That's okay, though. Hey, it's still got energy. I'll put the extra beef up there. Okay, so on the countertop... And then we get raw hamburger patty. And then do we just bake this? Let's check that recipe again. Yeah, you bake it. So if I stay here with the oven door open, will I be able to just watch the food, or will it... Aha, there we go. Hamburger patty, not burned. The rest of these I'll take out then. You can't use a burnt loaf of bread to make bread. Should have guessed. Should have guessed, since there's no recipe here for burnt bread slices. I will just shove that up there for now then. Let's go get more water. And bloop. Too much water. Don't drown for it. No! Eggs! They're chasing me. Actually, I don't mind the eggs. Come here, eggs. I'll get a full stack of you and put you on the shelf. There we go. And eggs will go up there. Let's see. Backpack. I need to shove a couple things in here. There we go. And now I can make my cup of water, which will disappear as soon as I use it in a recipe. That is going to annoy me a bit. Yeah, let's just clear my inventory space. Okay, oven. Put the bread in. Actually, I don't need that much wood at all. I'll watch it this time so I don't screw it up. So I wonder what these slots are for then. Is it for the oven rack? Ah, loaf of bread. It must be for the oven rack. Probably can put food on that and maybe it won't burn? I don't know. But I have my loaves of bread. Now I can get slices of bread. And I think that the recipe said to do this. Maybe? Am I doing it right? I forgot already. Oh yeah, the plate. I need the plate. There we go. Hamburger. Nice. And I've even got a little bit of hunger too, so I can eat my hamburger now. Mmm, hamburger. With no condiments at all. It probably was a very dry hamburger then. Cool. I can make food now. I love that. There's not much point in me doing it, I know, but it just adds a little bit more to the mod pack. And I kind of wish that this or Pam's Harvest Craft was in the mod pack by default. I don't even think there's options to just add them in automatically, which kind of sucks. Oh well. I think that'll do for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do check out the agriculture mod on your own. It is a fun mod if you enjoy cooking stuff. Me, I love to cook stuff in real life. I honestly was probably one of the best students in my cooking class in high school. And I love cooking shows. I'm just a guy that loves food, and lately in my life, it's a very funny turn of events for me. I'll go on just a little bit longer, rambling about me, and then on the episode. During my childhood, I was a very, very picky kid. And to this day, I still have a lot of that pickiness. But the biggest problem for me was vegetables. Now you might be thinking, well, a lot of kids don't like vegetables. No, I have a problem with vegetables. I, for the longest time, physically could not swallow vegetables. I don't know why that is. Maybe it was something to do with their texture. But I couldn't force myself to actually swallow them. Every time I would attempt to, my gag reflex would just act up and the food would just stay sitting in the back of my throat. And it sucked. So, now, so many... Oh, I didn't realize I could make different colored doors. Anyway, now, so many years later, I still have this problem for the most part when it comes to vegetables. But my taste in food has been expanding. Oh, that hamburger actually didn't last long. Then again, I am flying. Because vegetables caused me such a problem with eating as a kid, I generally avoided any situation where I would have to eat vegetables. This included vegetables being mixed in with other foods, such as in stews. Now, this past week, I have eaten 3 different things I never have been able to eat before as a kid. Cooked carrots being one of them. Yeah, cooked carrots. Couldn't eat them at all. Now, I had cooked carrots and potatoes in a crock pot with some roast beef, and I was actually able to stand the carrots' texture and was able to actually enjoy the flavor that they acquired by being cooked with beef. So that's one thing that I was not able to eat as a kid that I'm now able to eat as an adult. Another thing is beef stew. I could not stand beef stew as a kid. This past week, I've eaten an entire can of Campbell's beef stew, which was more vegetable than beef. So, I'd say the vegetables that were in that were, you know, standard potatoes, carrots. I think there may have been corn in there too. I don't quite remember. And let's see, what else was there? Oh, that's actually all I can really remember. I wonder how you get these extra trees. And the third thing that I have eaten, which I never actually heard of before, is called minestrone. 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 M-I-N-E-S-T-R-O-N-E. That's how you spell it. If you can pronounce that, good for you. I don't know how to pronounce it. That is probably the most interesting thing that I've eaten. It is a stew made with a tomato sauce and shell noodles, and it has green beans, carrots, potatoes, and kidney beans in it. So a mix of stuff that I never could eat because of the weird texture gag reflux thing. I loved it so much I ate the entire can in one sitting. Why am I telling you all this? I honestly don't know why I'm telling you all this, other than it's something that I just find kind of interesting, and maybe you'd like to know just a little bit more about me as a person. And I think it's a very interesting study, quote-unquote, in how your taste greatly changes going from a kid to an adult. So that's enough rambling for me. I am going to end this episode here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys, and goodbye.